Yo, welcome back to Late Night Convos with my big blank therapist. This season, man, we've talked about how intimacy breaks. Tonight, let's talk about how to rebuild it. Because emotional intimacy can be restored, but it takes intentional effort. And not just effort when things feel good. Effort, even when it's uncomfortable. Rebuilding intimacy isn't dramatic. It's not one big conversation. It's not one huge apology. It's not one good week. It's systematic. It's small, consistent behaviors, repeated daily. And that's where a lot of people get stuck because they want the feeling back without rebuilding the foundation that creates that feeling. So let's slow this down. Rebuilding intimacy starts with reestablishing emotional safety. That means your partner needs to feel like they can show up honestly without being attacked, dismissed, or even shut down. Then it moves over to responsiveness. How do you respond when your partner reaches for you? Do you engage or do you avoid them? Then beginning to repair, because conflict is going to happen. Disconnection is going to happen. But what matters is what happens after that. Finally, creating predictable connection rituals. Moments in your day or your week that are intentionally set aside just for connection. From a therapeutic perspective, rebuilding intimacy is about interrupting those negative cycles. Not just changing one behavior, but changing the whole pattern within itself. Once again, we slow those conversations down. If you hadn't recognized, slowing down is so important because we help couples hear each other differently. We practice validation. Validation doesn't mean that you agree. It just means that you understand your partner's perspective. And that alone can shift the entire emotional dynamic of a conversation and the dynamic of the relationship. Because when someone feels understood, they begin to soften up a bit. And once they begin to soften, connection becomes possible again. Think about it, man. Repair is powerful. A sincere, man, I understand how that hurt you. I see where I missed you. I want to do better over here. That restores safety. And when safety is restored, trust starts to build again. Consistency restores trust. Presence restores closeness. And this is important. You don't rebuild intimacy by just talking about it one time. You rebuild it by practicing it repeatedly. All right, so check this out. If I were work with a couple, I'll focus on the whole structure in itself. I recommend emotional check-ins. A set, consistent time where both partners can speak honestly without interruption and without any type of distractions, even if it's just for 10 to 20 minutes. But there's no phones, there's no multitasking, ain't no little kids wandering around, none of that. It's just presence. And you clearly need to express saying what you need instead of hoping your partner figures it out. And another thing, repair after every single conflict. Not days later, not weeks later, but as soon as you're both regulated enough to reconnect. Because intimacy isn't built in one night, it's rebuilt in repeated safety. Repeated safety also creates trust. And trust creates closeness. And closeness brings back that feeling again. So before you log off tonight, ask your partner this. What will rebuilding intimacy look like for you? And I also want you to ask yourself this. Am I willing to change those patterns? Or just talk about them at least? Hey, drop in the comments. Do you believe intimacy can always be rebuilt? Let's sit with that, man. This is the conclusion of season 1, Emotional Foreplay. It isn't just a moment. It's a whole lifestyle. This is your big black therapist, man. I thank y'all for tuning in. Season 1 of Late Night Covos with my big black therapist. Season 2 coming right around the corner. Can't wait to connect with y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.